Okay, now I'm going to move on to question 16. So this question says, write a quadratic function in vertex form whose graph has the given vertex and passes through the given point. Okay, so let's just quickly get a reminder of what vertex form means. So vertex form means y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So h and k are the x and y coordinates of the vertex of a parabola. And x and y are just going to be the coordinates of a point on the parabola, which they're giving you in each of these problems. So I like to label the point xy and the vertex hk to help guide me as I plug information in. So then, essentially, you're finding a. That's all you're doing. You're just plugging in hk, x, and y to find a. So let's do that for some of these problems. Okay, so you could do it in a two-step process just for the sake of time. I'm just going to combine all 4 variables in the one equation. Okay, so 5 equals a, which is our mystery value that we're trying to get. X we fill in as 4, minus h we fill in as 2, and that is squared, and then plus k, which we fill in as 1. Okay, then we just need to get a alone. So 4 minus 2 is going to be 2, and that squared is going to be 4. And then to that we add 1. Okay, so then we just need to combine like terms to continue to work toward getting a alone. 4 equals 4a, so it's kind of boring, but a is 1 in this case. And we do have to do all that work because we have to confirm that a is 1. Then we're just plugging in a and also plugging in h and k. So that's our final answer for this kind of problem. So y equals, and a is 1, so you could just leave it out. X minus h is 2. That's squared according to the equation, and then plus 1. So that's our final answer for this question. So remember, you're just finding a for these questions, and then just plugging in a, h, and k. Okay, so let's go down to the next one. And clear up the board. Okay, so I'm just going to move the screen up a little bit. Okay, so let's label our vertex hk and our point xy. And I'm just going to rewrite the equation just so that this is really getting solidified in your memory, because you are going to need to memorize this for your tests. So one thing that's important to note is that we have a negative here and a positive here. Okay, so let's plug in the information we have. And a common error I see is plugging in x as y. Be very mindful of that and careful to not do that. Okay, so y is 6 equals a, which we're trying to figure out. X is 7 minus h, which is 3. All of that squared plus k, and since k is negative, it's going to be minus 2. Okay, and now we're just combining like terms. This will give us 4, and 4 squared is 16. And then we just bring down the negative 2. Now we're just combining like terms. You should also be aware that the 16 and the a cannot be separated from each other except by dividing by a or by 16. So that's a common error I've been seeing, so be careful about that. Another common error is to jump right from here to saying a is 2, but a is actually 8 over 16, which is not 2. It reduces to 1/2. Because if you divide 8 by 8, it gives you 1. If you divide 16 by 8, it gives you 2. So a is 1/2 for this equation. So then we have all the pieces that we need, and we just fill them in to our original equation. So minus h, we're just pulling from here. And the k, we're pulling from here. So this is our final answer. Okay, now they're asking us a slightly different question, so it'll be important that you understand the difference between what these two groups of questions are asking. So you need to know that vertex form is y equals, I'm gonna write it down, sorry, 1 second. Okay, you need to know that vertex form means one thing, it means y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. And in contrast, intercept form is going to look different. It's y equals a times x minus p times x minus q. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video here to let it upload, and then I'll move on to question 18.